It is the Blitz here on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250, 94.5 FM. I'm Chase Jimenez. We're live out at Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar at the North Star location over here off Rector. Rock the mic. We'll crown a champion today. We'll also give away some Dallas Cowboys, Arizona Cardinals tickets that we will give away before 7 o'clock tonight. But let's talk about a Cardinals team that we like, the UIW Cardinals. Eric Morris, head football coach of UIW. Well, this 2 weeks in a row, you've had a good hair day, Coach. I mean, you changed things up from always showing up with a very cool and different hat to now spending some time getting ready to come on the radio, which doesn't have to happen and doesn't happen very often that people get dressed up for radio.
I got my hair cut last night. I got a fresh bald fade is what the kids like to call it. My guy at Clipperhead's Barbershop has hooked me up ever since I've gotten here, and so got me in late last night with my son. And so you got to show it off. I get usually one, maybe two during the season because I'm so busy. So I thought I'd show it off today.
Well, absolutely. But generally it's the hat. But I want to ask you about your hoodie because, you know, it's hoodie season when it comes to practice. And you were wearing a hoodie in the photos that I saw that UIW put on Twitter earlier from practice. And I'm thinking about it. You know, if you're practicing and you need a hoodie in South Texas and then you have to say practice on Thanksgiving, you know you're having one hell of a season.
Oh, there's no doubt. And I've actually become soft, too. You know, I've had a couple, you know, I worked at Washington State with Mike Leach. It was, you know, cold as hell up there. And then I played in the Canadian Football League in Saskatchewan. And so since I've been back south in San Antonio the last 4 years, and it's a lot warmer here than Lubbock. It gets cold in Lubbock now, but it seems like I'm soft. You know, it's 62 degrees, a little wind this morning. I'm out there with the hood up, and you know, I'm making fun of myself inside, saying how soft I am.
Well, dude, I mean, I'm with you. When it gets cold, and it, you know, other people might be in shorts, and I'm with you. I'm a big fan of half zips and hoodies for that very reason, because I'm a wimp when it comes to cold weather. Eric Morris joining us here, the head football coach of UIW. Big game this week to close out the season, but we've got to talk about last week's game. And I know every team named Cardinals that does things like you gets the nickname Cardiac Cards, but my goodness, I mean, you know, you guys are developing too much of a trend to fall behind early just to come back, rally late, and win in exciting fashion.
Yeah, and totally different way than we did it the week before, too. So, you know, I think Nichols is the hardest place to play. The last 7 years since we've been in this conference, they have the #1 record at home, best winning percentage. So, tough place to play, really quality squad. You know, one thing is early, we couldn't throw and catch the ball. We had a bunch of drops early. A couple turnovers inside the 5-yard line going into score. And then, you know, uniquely enough, you know, we come back to the second half and we just start running the football with great efficiency. I mean, Kevin Brown goes off, split some long runs. You know, when you really study that game, the one unique thing is I think, you know, we only had the ball for 16 minutes during the course of the game and still were able to pull off a win against a team that loves to control the clock and run the game. But shout out to the defense. I mean, they had a couple huge stops down the pipe there, and then the last one was incredible. You know, to be able to hold them 4th down and 7 going in to win the game, and we get the big stop on defense. So offense was able to win one at the end 2 weeks ago, and then defense steps up big last week.
And again, in the defense, and you know, I've been pretty critical of the defense, especially last year, and there are some games this year, but they have really turned it around. I mean, I think about shutting out McNeese at home, some of the big plays that they've been able to make. And, you know, like you just said, you know, you started the season, your first game in overtime, defense couldn't get a stop. You needed it, and they couldn't come up with one. Biggest game of the year last week on the road in a tough place to play. You need a defensive stop, and they delivered. What's been the biggest turnaround for your defensive unit?
Yeah, I think our coordinator, Coach Thiessen, has done a phenomenal job at just continuing to grow each and every week. I think, you know, and you look back, those 2 losses on our schedule, you know, they still haunt me each and every day. But I think this team is mature enough to where we've grown from those losses. We've learned things, and we've been smart enough to correct mistakes versus, you know, letting them linger and make the same mistake twice. And so I think on defense, they continue to grow. They continue to practice hard, and credit to those coaches at kind of keeping that mentality going the whole year.
Eric Morris, head football coach at UIW, joining us here on the Blitz. As I see over your shoulder, it looks like a Southland Conference trophy. And obviously that's not this year's yet. They haven't given you the trophy. But what do you got to go down to Houston, beat Houston Baptist? Nichols wins tonight against Southeastern, and you guys are the conference champions. Add another trophy to the trophy case.
Yeah, we've given ourselves an opportunity to go win it. And, our mantra's been finish ever since we started this year. We started the finish mantra before we started the first game. And that's something I thought that we needed to do better. And we've done a great job the last half of the season. And at the end of games, we kind of wanted to have that toughness, that grittiness as a team to whenever, our backs are against the wall, we're tough enough to fight out of them. And so we got one last goal in front of us, one last team. For us to accomplish that goal. And if we can get that done, I think we have a great chance to host a playoff game that next week. Would be a first for this program and huge for the city of San Antonio.
And I think that's important to think about going into Thanksgiving next week. Things work out. You go down and beat Houston Baptist. You're the coach. You'll give me coach speak. I'm the radio guy. Go kick their ass. You should win that one, blah, 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 right? I mean, take care of business. And the fact that Nichols plays tonight against Southeastern Louisiana, so everything that's in front of you, right? Or no matter what happens in that game tonight, if you guys beat Houston Baptist, you're still champions.
Yeah, we control our own destiny. And in sports, that's all you can hope for, is for it all to be on you, and you're not hoping, for somebody else to finish the job for you. So yeah, we get that opportunity. We won the head-to-head battle against Sealaw, so we'll get the automatic bid for our conference, which will be huge. And then I know our athletic department's done a great job all week at putting in a bid. They bid out the NCAA games for the first couple rounds, and so I think we put our best foot forward that way. And this is such a great city. I mean, somebody from up north. Last time when we did it, we had to go up to Montana State. It snowed 3 foot the day before. Our kids were like, "Holy smokes! Never seen snow, half of them." And so we want to bring them down here. Hopefully, it's about 80 degrees and still hot and humid outside. They're going to go to the river walk, experience the great city of San Antonio, and the city needs to come out and watch a fun playoff round.
And again, so pay attention to the UIW socials. We'll talk about it and probably try to get you on the show on Monday, Coach. But you guys go beat Houston Baptist. If you're playing a playoff game, and hopefully it's at home, pack the nest, UIW Cardinals.com/tickets, and we'll figure out how to pack the nest for that first round playoff game. Hopefully all that happens. And all you got to do is go on the road and win. And I'm curious because, you've been very good about not talking about things that hadn't been made official yet. So last week we talked on Thursday, then on Friday it's announced that UIW is moving to the WAC. So when you get this trophy this time, does it go up there and you never have to give it back? Is that how it works? Win the Southland, drop the mic, and move on to the new conference?
Yeah, I think that's how it works. Sam Houston did it to him last year, and maybe we'll have the opportunity to do it to them this year. The two last champions aren't playing in the league anymore. So, yeah, I'm excited about going to WAC, be able to play, Abilene Christian, Lamar, Stephen F. Just the footprint of Texas being in that league a little bit stronger, I think, is better for us in recruiting.
Absolutely. Coach, good luck this weekend against Houston Baptist. And, we'll put it on the schedule now. Try to get you on Monday at some point, partly because I'm taking the rest of the week off next week. But also, if you're hosting that game, we want to make sure we're getting that word out very early on in the week to try to pack the nest for that first round playoff game.
I appreciate all you do for us.
Appreciate it, Coach. Eric Morris of the UIW Cardinals, again, on the road this week to close out the regular season against Houston Baptist. And it's interesting because you pay attention tonight on Thursday Night Football. Nichols is playing Southeastern Louisiana. And when you think about the head-to-head and everything that's there, I think we're supposed to root for Nichols in that game so you're the outright champions. But screw it, I'll never say co-champions to anything. You have it, and they're going to be the automatic qualifier because it is certainly there.